I just think, what does it mean? And I'm not sure there is a meaning as such, but things that have come to my mind as I've been thinking about this is this guy jabbed me in the back because he just didn't like me for no intelligent reason, and he wanted to harm me for no intelligent reason. So what's come to my mind is just being very careful about how I treat people. Be careful with my actions. Be careful with my words. Just to be very, very careful with people. Do you know what I'm saying? Because whilst he intended to hurt me for that day, I'm pretty sure he didn't intend to hurt me for the next 30 to 33 years. I'm pretty certain that he didn't. I'm 100% certain he had no idea that one action would lead to me having DFSP and having to have 3 surgeries as a result. I'm pretty certain he didn't know that. Yet nevertheless, that's what his actions have caused. Even though he didn't mean it, if he hadn't done it in the first place, I wouldn't be in this position now. So he caused it, and I'm having to deal with it. So it just made me realise that the things we say and the things we do can have an impact on somebody's life far beyond the moment that it happens. We might not even realise it, but that individual is struggling with it for many, many years later, whether it's something you said or something you did. So the challenge to me, it's not even really a challenge because I'm typically this way, but I can be quite sarcastic sometimes. And whenever someone says or does something that I think is kind of a bit stupid or whatever, there's a sarcastic barb right on the tip of my tongue. And I've got to be careful because that person might, what seems to me to be really stupid, they might have been actually serious when they said they might not have meant any harm or any ill will about it at all. That's how I've interpreted it. So to me, it's just like, just be careful how I speak to people, how I treat people. Always treat people with love and kindness, care, respect. As we are all going to have something that we have to deal with in life, none of us are going to be exempt from that. The other thing I've thought about is like, I need to always try to have a good attitude, a good response to things that I don't like. All of us are going to have some kind of injustice delivered our way. All of us are. And I passionately hate injustice of every kind. I loathe, I despise injustice of every sort. I always have done and I always will do. I hate injustice. But injustice is going to come. This is an injustice. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like, now what is my response to that? Okay, I hate injustice, but am I going to be bitter? Or am I going to learn from this, learn something from it, and not let it rule my life and continue to live a life that's worth something? There's a few people I know who've had something happen to them. This girl, interestingly, I first learned of her when I was recovering from my first surgery, and that's how I got into YouTube. I'd watch her and she was hilarious. I thought she was so funny. She really lifted my spirits. But then she went through a divorce. Her husband cheated on her and she went through a divorce. Now, in the beginning, I was totally in her corner because she was the injured party and I know that she was hurting, she was lashing out and just trying to find her footing as a single mum. She didn't sign up to be a single mum. That was never the plan, but nevertheless, this is what's happened. And she needed to try and find her footing as that. So she would flip out and go off on occasion. But just like the viewers, her subscribers allowed her to do that because she's the one going through it. The love of her life didn't view her as the love of his life and he bailed. And now she's trying to find her footing in what is now her new normal. But then after a few years and she's still taking pot shots and still making sly comments and this and that, you think, this is a bit petty. She's become so bitter and so bent on taking pot shots at this guy that I've actually unsubscribed from her page because it's just, I just don't want to know. Do you know what I'm saying? I hear her. She is the grieved party. She is the injured party. But is that how she's going to live her life? She needs to let it go. She needs to move on with the rest of her life. She's a very creative, very talented woman, but she spends far too much time spewing bile and hatred in the direction of her ex-husband because of what he's done to her, you know? And when I look at things like that, I think, okay, what is my response? And to be honest, if I'm really, really honest, it doesn't really bother me as much as I thought it would bother me because, number one, I think primarily, the primary reason is because I know, even though he meant to harm me on that day, he did not mean for it to last 30 to 33 years, even though it did. That was not his intention. And what will bitterness do for me anyway. I can't think of any positive fruit of bitterness and complaining. There is no positive fruit out as a result of it. It doesn't add anything pleasant to your life. It doesn't make you a pleasant person to be around. So why be bitter? Do you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I've chosen to do, is just kind of, okay, this has happened. This is inconvenient. Not happy about it. I'd really rather it didn't happen, but it has happened. And full disclosure, when I was sitting in that room crying, I was cussing him out. I did cuss him out. I did. Because it was just like the injustice of it all, and the fear of what's going to happen on the operating table. And I just started cussing him in my mind. Do you know what I'm saying? Wishing that he was sitting there instead of me, and this and that, and this and that. But then eventually I took it back. You know, because it doesn't serve any purpose. Even though I was still scared at the time, it doesn't serve any purpose. Being bitter, being vengeful serves no purpose. And so I just chosen just to roll with the punches on this one. And when I come out the other surgery, just get on and really make sure that I'm doing everything to make my life count every single second. And those are two things that I've kind of got out of this so far. You know, there might be other lessons down the line, but so far, these are two things that I've got. So yeah, you know, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. In a weird sort of way. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like something's taken over my body and it's making me think differently about the whole thing, because it really is not the normal way I would think or feel about something at all. But hey, growth, right? So that's my story time. Please hit me up in the comments below and let me know how you've dealt with injustice, what injustices were done to you and how you've dealt with them. And who knows, might be able to encourage each other in the comment section, because I need encouragement. We all need encouragement. So please feel free. Do you know what I mean? It's a safe place. You just say what if you want to say it, or you can direct message me on my Instagram and we could talk there. But yeah, let's encourage one another, because we're all going to go through things that are not just. We haven't done anything to deserve them or warrant them, but because we live in a fallen planet with fallen people, some way, somehow, what they do is going to have a negative impact on us. You know what I mean? And it's just a question of trying to figure out how to still live our best lives in spite of that. So that's it from me. I've loved talking to you. Like I say, thank you so much for all your lovely comments the last time I posted. I really appreciate it. So hit me up on YouTube or Instagram. Those are two places you'll find me. And let's get the conversation going. Take care and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.